Aquarius, welcome to June. So Aquarius, the only planet in your sign right now is Pluto. We know it's going to be there for like 19 years, but Pluto is retrograded. So it will be moving backwards to 0 degrees of Aquarius. We know that's an optical illusion, but it will bring us back in time to everything that's been going on since the end of November. Right after our U.S. presidential election, Pluto moved into the humanitarian sign of Aquarius. So we're going to be reviewing what's been going on since the end of November. And this is going to affect you, Aquarius, especially if you're an early degree Aquarius, which would be the, January 20th, 20-something Aquarius is. You're going to feel the Pluto retrograde the most because it's happening closer to you, okay? So pay attention to what's being revisited, what's being shown to you, where your power lies, and where you may be giving away your power. Now, you have a nice positive triangle happening with the sun in the sign of Gemini until June 20th. You're an air sign, Aquarius, and Gemini is an air sign, so you make a nice trine, a harmonious aspect. You have a square going on. Square is it's actually not a square, it's an opposition because it's the sign Leo, and Leo is the sign across from you in the zodiac. So Mars is hanging out. Mars is the planet of action, hanging out in the heart-based sign of Leo, and it's going to be there till June 17th. So when you have an opposition, both sides want something. You have Mars, the planet of action, in the heart-based sign of Leo, across from you, asking you to take action from the heart. Now, you have a square going on with Venus in the fixed sign of Taurus. So all the fixed signs are the ones that you square. Venus will be in Taurus, its own sign, from June 6th until July 4th. And Uranus is also there in Taurus. It's last month there in the sign of Taurus. So you've got this square there with this planet of relationships, value, money, and Uranus, the lightning bolt of insight and change and the unexpected. So make sure you've got an emergency money fund set aside for things out of the blue. And it's going to ask you to take a look at your relationships and see what is still of value to you there. Now, you have a nice sextile going on. Sextile is a positive aspect with the planets in Aries this month. We know Neptune moved into Aries, Saturn into Aries, and Venus until the 6th. Another sextile with the Sagittarius full moon. So it's going to be a really harmonious full moon for you this month. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, Aquarius. Let's pull a few cards. I'm working with the Morgan Greer. Haven't looked at any of these cards yet. Seeing what Aquarius needs to know this month. Got my new favorite deck, the Magical Hours. And, well, you know what? I'm going to put that one in there too because I think it wants to be there. So let's start with these, okay? We have the Fool card. This is you, Aquarius. You are the Fool card. Aquarian ruled, card number 0, like the Joker of the deck. Going out on an adventure, new territory, new things, taking that leap of faith forward. Love to see that. Got the Knight of Pentacles here. I like that it's a woman. I also often say that the Knight of Pentacles takes a long time to arrive. Wow, I just noticed her wings. I never saw that before. So the Knight of Pentacles is showing up, something of value, maybe something you've been waiting for a while. Kind of has Scorpio vibes to me with like those bat wings. So there's something very interesting showing up, and it's like she's riding that horse, but really it looks like she could fly. So interesting adventures here. See what else we've got. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Emotion, the Queen of Creativity showing up. She has Neptune vibes to her. And so the Queen of Cups, we think about this month, we have a lot of planets in Cancer. There's a lot of watery, intuitive energy there. And we know that Aquarius, you're the water bearer because you came here to learn about emotions. You can be a very logical sign. You are the genius of the zodiac. So the Queen of Cups is coming up out of the water and she's emerging. And she's here to help heal and to help with your creative projects. I've got the Lovers card here, and that's an interesting version of the Lovers. The Lovers card is really about choices. It's Gemini energy. And we know that you have that trine with the sun in Gemini until the 20th of the month. So you've got some choices going on. I see some adventures here. I feel like your emotions are coming up to the surface where you're going to have to speak them. And you're going to have to deliver what's of value. And I kind of get this idea that you want to like split town. And so maybe that's going to come up, the choices. And like, I feel like you want to move or make a move and you're not going to be able to keep that quiet anymore. It's coming up and out. And so just be kind in the process, okay? Whoever you have to break that to. All right, now let me give you a Queen of the Moon Oracle card here for Aquarius. And then I like to ask the question, what is the most important thing I need to tell Aquarius here today? We've got one more card there. So let's see what we've got. Let's start with the most important is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, she's the queen. She's an earth queen. She's the queen of the hearth and the home. She's the queen of money. I love the little birds in the background. She knows what's of value. She's also like, she's an earth queen. She's out there in nature. All right, so kind of remembering what's important, the important use of your money. The Knight of Pentacles was back there bringing you money. You are the queen. You have to decide where you want to spend it and who you want to be in relationship with, okay? Not bad to see a queen show up. And see what your oracle is. It is the discernment card. Waxing gibbous. I think that says 1. Discernment. Interesting how her head's in the clouds, but it's like her, is that your solar plexus? Is very enlightened. Let's see what the book has to say about card number 10. The Waxing Gibbous 1, discernment. Take care of your choices now. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see, something that has been obscured, but now it has been revealed to you. Examine it closely. Your quote is, I take my time to be accurate and precise in my discernment. And that kind of coming in under that Lovers card, the card of choices, okay? And I think, and the Queen of Cups coming up there out of the water. You got 2 queens here. So you definitely want to stay in your power. There's some things here, there's some choices that you have to make, and you have to be very discerning. Instead of taking things on face value or rushing into surface judgments, take your sweet time to form friendships and business relationships. Put your energy output into perspective, looking at evidence instead of only just believing. Feel and act when you have been trodden upon, or having your boundaries overstepped, or when something doesn't feel quite kosher. Ask clarifying questions and really listen to the answers offered, then act on the reality. This is growth. This is real pattern busting. That is the gathering of wisdom. Note, Waxing Gibbous Moon. This is the first of the Waxing Gibbous Moon. The overall themes of this part of the moon cycle are action and will. Waxing gibbous. Okay, so waxing is gaining, right? And companion stone is yellow jasper. That is your recommended stone for this month of June. All right, let's put that over to the side there. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go week by week and see what you need to know here, Aquarius. We have 5 weeks in the month of June. Let's see what we need to know. All right, first week, 1st through 7th, 3 of Wands. Okay, all about like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Making it happen, manifesting it. First week of June. Second week, 8th through 14th. Here's you sneaking off. 7 of Swords. And it's almost like sneaking out around like that family crest, okay? Maybe you feel like you're tiptoeing around some family stuff, and we see you quietly making your move. Father's Day week, 15th through 21st. Here's the 7 of Pentacles. We know 7 of Pentacles, things are growing, right? She's drinking last year's wine, the previous year's wine. But these grapes are almost to full fruition, okay? So there's like tending. So you may have to tend to your father also. 22nd through 28th, Joy card, the Sun card. Okay, there's a lot here. She looks very pregnant, like there's something new coming into the picture. A lot of joy and visibility. And the week of the 29th, this goes into 4th of July week. You've got the 5 of Wands. It's like everybody's got something to say. Five of Wands can often be like an internal struggle or something you're resisting, okay? But we see something changing there. So there's a little bit of up and down. I feel like maybe a lot of people are telling you what to do. Keep your group small, right? There's just 3 of them here, just having a good time, and that's okay. And maybe the relationship with your father is not great right now, but maybe that will change later. Or maybe you've been really busy working and you haven't been able to pay attention to family. There's a lot of family themes here. So just use discernment, choose wisely, make good boundaries, and continue the queen position. I do feel like you're going to be traveling. I don't know if that is a problem with your family, but I think you're going to do it anyways. So let's roll you some dice. I found behind the dice was a little train charm left over from previous readings, but a little train. We see forward movement. We were talking about traveling. All right, we got Jupiter in the sign of Scorpio in the 8th house. Okay, so Jupiter in Scorpio's house. So Jupiter's luck, blessings, and expansion in the watery sign of Scorpio, the transformative sign. There's a lot of power there. So use it wisely. Now, let's get the charm bowl. Big charm bowl, and let's have fun with it. All right. It's much fun throwing these around. See if we can make any names, see if you see any initials, and see, can I make anything? Not a lot of availability here of words. The name Nina, Nina, Diva, Diva. Not that many. So see if you see anything that makes sense to you. All right, let's start up here at the top. We have a piece of smoky quartz along with, it's just like a Mother Mary symbol. What does it say? It says Lords in the back. We've got a little unlock button, that train that was already there. Okay, now let's start here on the 3rd. We have a key, a tree, a castle. We've got the Eiffel Tower, moose, dragonfly. This is a 360 view, right? A little guitar pick for the band Lay Special, a local band. And this looks like an island to me, a gift, and a sun. Okay, between the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So I hope that you're going to have some adventures there. There's themes of like with the key, like you're renting a house or renting a hotel, Eiffel Tower, and then like almost like an island, live music. There's a lot of good energy there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So maybe you're planning a trip. We know with the Sagittarius full moon this month, it's a great time for that, but a lot of joy those days. Now, the 9th, we have the letter O, and the 10th, we have a little zipper. The 11th, we have the letter D with a dog and a little shell here. This came off a bracelet from when I was in Spain. So there's some themes there of Spain and France. We've got a V, a little goblet, a little horse galloping, and a heart with Mother Mary in it. Okay. Now, on the 17th, all these circles connected, another cross here. We've got a map of the world here on the 18th and a candlestick. And I see the word van, V-A-N, like almost like with all this travel vibes. It's like get in the van and go. Also see the word Oz, which might just be like a wild adventure. Let's see, I've got the letter I on the 19th and a little horse-drawn carriage on the 20th. So lots of vehicles of motion here. A Q on the 3rd. On the 25th, I have a little teacup. The 26th an N. Remember the 25th is like the luckiest day of the year. So a little teacup. So maybe you're savoring that. The 26th, this is like the symbol like with a moon and a star. On the 3rd, Oz. First, 2nd of July is an amethyst, and the 3rd is an N. The 5th is an A, okay? Now, at the bottom, you've got a crown, an elephant, a wheelbarrow, and the 5 of clubs. All right, so I also, do I see anything else? The word on, I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Dinah, the word Dinah, D-I-N-A, or Dinah. And nod, N-O-D, almost like you're getting the nod of approval. All right, lots of travel themes, lots of freedom themes. Make the most of that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. That looks fabulous. Now, let me give you some dates, some power days for you this month. Now, you rolled Jupiter, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and we know we have that Sagittarius full moon. So the moon actually enters Scorpio first, and you roll double Scorpio. So the moon moves into Scorpio on Friday, June 6th at 10:23 p.m. It's there the 7th and the 8th. Then it moves into Sagittarius on the 9th. So you get the 9th, the 10th, the 11th. The full moon peaks at 3:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 11th. And this is power times for you up to 9:53 p.m. The moon will be in your sign of Aquarius starting on Saturday the 14th at 7 a.m. through the 15th and the 16th until 2:09 p.m. Power times for you, Aquarius. Have a great month.